All right, good morning, folks, and happy Easter Monday to you. So, I hope you've had a good weekend. We've got our live class assembled and raring to go, and it is a bright but wild morning out here on Tyree. So, I hope this finds you well wherever you are doing this class. We've got a mat-based class for you this morning, so this is going to target into those abs and into the hips. So, you don't need any special kit, just some space, and that is all. So our warm-up is going to be down on the floor, so you might like to angle the camera or your screen down so that you can see, and we'll get to it. So team, down on the floor, you're going to start out in box shape. So we're down here on the floor. I might just bring this a little bit closer, and hopefully this doesn't cut out with the internet. There we go. All right, so we're down here in box shape. So let's find that position. Arms long, hands below shoulders, knees below hips, and just breathe into that position for a moment. Feel the alignment of your spine. Feel the length through the back, through the neck, through to the top of the head. Lengthen those arms and just breathe. Good. From there, can we arch the back up towards the ceiling into that cat stretch? Feel that nice curvature through the spine. And then lower down, bring that chest down towards the floor, tilting the hips back, lifting the chest forwards, and then back to that cat stretch. Alternating between those two positions. Feel like you've got that range of movement through the back. You can tilt the hips one way, you can tilt the hips the other way. Good. Okay, and then take it back to somewhere in the middle into that neutral position. Reset the shoulders and re-lengthen those arms. Can we take one leg and lengthen that leg out, keeping the toes on the floor? So lengthen through the leg, through to the toes. And again, re-lengthen those arms, breathe into that position. Let's see if we can open out through the hip then. We're going to take that leg and just touch the toes out to the side and then bring that leg back. Just a toe touch out to the side and then back. So arms are long, shoulder blades are down, spine is in neutral, and we've isolated that movement from the hip. Feel like you've got that range of movement, that freedom of movement to bring that leg out to the side, touching down with the toes and then placing it out back. Can you extend that movement as you bring that leg back, cross it over the other foot and then sweep it through? So like a windscreen wiper, wide movements, sweeping that leg across, touching out to the side, trying to keep everything else still. So the arms are long, shoulder blades settle down, spine in neutral. Again, feel that range of movement you've got through the hip. Okay, place the toes down, back to that start position. From there, drive that knee in towards the chest. Perhaps curl up the spine a little bit as you drive that knee in, and then fully extend it right back out. Knee drive up, extend back out. Knee drive, kick out. Slightly brisker with this movement. Bring a little bit of work through the hip as you drive up and then push out. For 3, 2, 1, and then drive that knee through, but place the foot down on the floor. The hand closest to that forward foot. Reach up and out. Keeping that chest open. Opening through the shoulder. So if you're a little bit stiff through the shoulders here, there's sometimes a tendency to round that shoulder forwards. We want to be doing the opposite. We want to be opening out through the shoulder, even if that means pushing out to the side. And then lift as far as your flexibility allows. Good. Can we take that hand down, place it onto the floor, go onto the ball of the foot on that back foot, and then lift up into that sprinter stance. And feel that length through the legs. And just settle into that stretch. Good. Place that knee back down. Bring that other leg back through and refind box shape. Reset the arms, shoulders, spine, and then take that other leg now. So stretch that leg out right through to the toes. I'm going to spin this around so I've got room to do this. You're lengthening that other leg now, right through to the toes, reset the shoulders, and then tapping out to the side and back. So find that wide, sweeping movement. So again, feeling that range of movement that you've got through the hip. And to keep everything else still. You've isolated that movement. And now extend that movement as you bring it back. See if you can cross it over the other foot. Arms still lengthened, shoulder blades drop down. Sweeping, wide, windscreen wiper-like movements. Good. Okay, and then from there, place the toes back down onto the floor. Reset the arms and shoulders, and then knee drive up, driving towards the chest, curling the spine up a little bit as you do, and then stretch it right back out. Knee drive up. So feel that little bit of work in those tummy muscles as you drive the knee up. And yes, a little bit brisker with this movement. Bring some warmth into those muscles. Good. Okay, and 3, 2, 1, and then place that foot forwards. Bring it forwards, and then that hand closest to that forward foot, reach up and out. And again, open through the chest and shoulders. Even if that means reaching out to a lower angle, reach. Open. Breathe. Good. Lengthen those arms. And then that hand comes down to the floor, onto the ball of the foot with the back foot, and then lift up into that sprinter stance, lengthening that back leg. And breathe into that stretch. Good. 3, 2, 1, and then release it back down. All right, we're going to go straight into the core. We've got 3 worker exercises here. I'm going to use the timer just to keep us on track. So what we're going to do, we're going to start out with the basics. We're going to go into a plank position. I'm going to go into a low plank position on the forearms. We're going to drop down here. So let's just together find this position. So onto the forearms, step it out, onto the ball of the foot, onto the other foot, and lengthen the body. If you prefer, you can go into a half plank on the knees here. You can even tuck the ankles up behind you and try and find that straight line between shoulders, hips, and knees. But if you can do this on the toes, onto the toes, lengthen the legs. Okay, so find your best plank position and just hold this for a simple 10 seconds. Keep strict with your form. Think about how those shoulder blades settle down, the legs lengthen, and you center that work into the core for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Easy. Place the knees back down. Okay, we're going to set that up again, and you're going to hold this for 1 minute. So kicking off with a 1-minute plank in your best position. If you can't manage a full minute, just drop the knees down in between and then pick it back up when you're ready. Team, set up. 1-minute plank coming up in 3, 2, 1, go. Plank position. So low plank position on the forearms. And as you hold this, lengthen through the neck. Settle those shoulders down. Center that work into that midsection. If you can lengthen through the hip and deepen the abdominal work. So 1 minute and you're halfway through. So if you can relax your breathing and let go of any tension that doesn't need to be there. Relax the muscles in your neck. Relax the muscles in your face. Center that work through the arms and shoulders, through to that midsection. For 3, 2, 1, and release down. Good. Okay, roll it over. Let's change position onto your back. And we're going to bring some more work and some more warmth into those abs. So lying on your back, feet flat on the floor to begin with. Breathe. Good. Bring the fingertips up to support the weight of the head. Elbows wide, shoulder blades nestled down. Using the strength from that midsection, peel the head shoulders and the vertebrae of the upper back up off the floor. And just hold that position for a moment. Elbows wide. Feel that strength you have through the midsection. Yep, that strength that you have through that midsection, through those core muscles. Right, harness that strength. Bring the knees up. Peel the head and shoulders a little bit higher. Tuck the chin in towards the chest. Now, can you take the hands away and lengthen those arms by the sides? And beat the arms up and down in that hundreds position and that hundreds movement. If that's easy for you, you could lengthen the legs up to the vertical. If that's easy for you, you could lower one leg down to the horizontal. You could lower both legs down towards the horizontal. Or you could bring those knees back through. Beating the arms for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep the knees where they are. Lower the head and shoulders down, elbows back wide. So we're going to do that again, and we're going to do it for a count of 100. So keep that tension in those core muscles. Don't allow that lower back to lift up. Peel the head and shoulders up. Lift the vertebrae up off the floor. Head and shoulders high. Chin tucked in towards the chest. Lengthen through the back of the neck. Arms by the sides. Lengthened. Find your leg position. And then beating the arms. So we're going to do this for a set of 100. So for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 20. 30. 40. 50. Head and shoulders a little bit higher if you can. Deepen that work through the core. 60. Relax any tension through the legs. It doesn't need to be there. 70. 80. 91, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 100. Lower the head and shoulders down. Release the feet down to the floor. Lengthen the arms above the head if you need to stretch that out. Good. All right, so third exercise coming up. Bring the arms back to the sides. Keep the head and shoulders on the floor, spine in neutral. Bring those knees back up to tabletop. Bring some tension into those abs. So you're going to fix the pelvis where it is. Fix the spine in neutral. Relax the shoulders. Double leg extension for me. Extend to the ceiling. Knees back to tabletop. Extend. Back to tabletop. Keep that movement going. Relax the shoulders. Keep that stability through the core so that lower back is supported. Full extension of the legs, even if that means kicking out to an angle. Good. Okay. Can you extend and hold? Lengthen the legs. Now take the arms and stretch them out to the sides. Okay, I've not quite got space here, but lengthen the arms out to the side. Open out through the arms and shoulders and chest. And then same again, fold the legs and fully extend up. If you're struggling with that full extension, you can place one foot on the floor and focus on a single leg. Relax the shoulders. Keep the neck long. And feel that range of movement that you have through the legs. That's feeling that range of movement that you don't have through the hamstrings. Oh, but actively working to stretch and lengthen any tightness through those muscles. Good. All right, now can you fully extend the legs and hold them there? Lengthen. And then keeping the legs long, we're going to lower one leg down towards the floor and then reach it back up. Legs long, lower one. Bring it back up. If you're struggling with this, just bend the knees and kick out one leg. Bring it back up. If that's getting too much, place one foot on the floor. Lengthen the other leg. Bring it back to knee bend. Right, so do what's right for you. Even in this position, I can feel that tension in those abs. I can feel those core muscles working. So you don't have to do the hardest version of the exercise. Still bring that work into those core muscles. So find the position and the movement that's right for you. Leg lowers or leg extensions. Keeping one side still while the other side moves. And bring your awareness to how you're holding your whole body. The shoulders are relaxed. The spine is in neutral. And those legs are free to move because you've chosen the version which is right for you. Bring the legs back to vertical and then bend the knees back to tabletop. We're going to do a few more, but we're now going to bring the arms up to the vertical. So arms vertical. Legs could be in tabletop, or you could re-extend those legs there, as if you're going to do a set of dead bugs. So legs long, arms long, and then back into leg lowers. Bring it back up. You should be feeling this work through those core muscles. Those abdominal muscles working hard to fix the spine, that lower back, to fix the pelvis. Shoulder blades settle down. 4, 3, 2, 1. Fold the knees, place the feet down on the floor and relax. All right, active recovery. Lift the hips up into that bridge position. Breathe into that, stretch out through the hip flexors. Lift those hips. Bring that work into the glutes. Right, good. So hopefully you were able to focus some work into those abs and you felt that perhaps less of a real burn like you might get with something like toe touches or crisscross, but an accumulation of work as you deepen the tension in those abs. Lift those hips high. Bring that stretch to the hip flexors. Let's do a halfway lower and lift back up. In fact, it's not even halfway, it's just a dip and then lift back up. Bringing that squeeze now into the glutes. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower down. Right, we're going to whiz back through those and just do a quick set of 10 reps on each one. So your best 10 reps. So head and shoulders relaxed, spine in neutral. Bring the arms out wide, bring the knees up. Extend the legs to the vertical, bring the arms to the vertical if you like, or you could leave them out wide. You could have the knees at 90 degrees if you prefer. So 10 perfect reps. You're going to lower down and then control that leg back up for 1. Lower down, back up for 2. Check the shoulders, lower down, back up. Check the alignment of your spine. That was 4. Lower. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Lower down, arms by the sides, peel the head and shoulders up, back into that start position for 100s. We're doing a set here. It's not a set of 10, it's a set of 100. So you can find the leg position that works for you. You're going to be beating the arms. Set yourself up, head and shoulders high, peel the vertebrae off the floor, deepen that abdominal work. Here we go, beating the arms. A set of 100. We've got 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 91, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 100. Hold the knees, feet on the floor, and relax back down. Roll it over. With that to plank position. 1 minute, low plank position. Or if you want to change, you could take this into a high plank position on the hands. I think I'm going to fold it back down and go into low plank again. So, team, you know what's coming up. No practice, straight in 3, 2, 1, plank position for 1 minute. So again, resettle the shoulders, re-lengthen the legs. You've got this. Okay, so a 1 minute plank. I'll tell you when we're halfway, and if you need to just come out of this position for a moment, you can do. But if you can, take it all the way through for 1 minute. So that is us halfway through this 1 minute. So moving on to a different position after this. It should feel like you stacked up a good amount of work into those core muscles. Last 12 seconds. Good. So confident in this plank position. Finishing in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release down. Good. Drop the hips over the heels and stretch out the arms. Nice. Okay. So let's take this into a different position. Let's go into a side lying position. So we're going side lying, and I want you to find that real straight line side lying position. So as if you're balanced on a knife edge here. So the body lengthened, hips stacked one on top of the other, shoulders one on top of the other. You can support the weight of the head if you like this way. You could lie the head down onto the arm. You could use this top arm here for a little bit of balance. I don't mind, as long as the body is stacked up long and straight. Bring that stability through the core, then take that lengthened top leg and just lift it, hover it off the floor. Might feel a little bit wobbly if you're stacked exactly on your side. Okay, so leg lift, top leg. Can we lift it up a little bit higher to the point that your flexibility and your strength allows you without anything else changing? You've isolated that movement from the hip, a little bit like you did in the warm-up when you did the toe taps, and then lower back, so it's just hovering above the other leg. Lift up and lower. Okay, find that movement. And again, feel that freedom you've got through that range of movement. Even if your range of movement isn't very big, you might be able to get higher than I'm lifting here. I'm sure some of you will. Or maybe your range of movement is a little bit smaller, that's okay. Do whatever is available to you. Floating that leg up. And controlling it back down. Try to relax the tension that doesn't need to be there through the shoulders. Have that stability through the core. And feel those muscles through the hip working to lift that leg. Good. All right, can we lower that leg, but just hover it just off the other one? So lengthened and lifted. And from there, can we do small leg circles? Now you're going to get a little bit wobbly as you do this, so you can use that other hand for a little bit of support, but can you paint small circles with that leg? So try not to move around too much with everything else as you do this. Painting circles that get progressively wider. And again, just as far as your range of movement allows you. Start to feel those hip muscles complaining. And then whichever direction you're going in with those circles, can you reverse that direction and circle the other way, trying to keep the rest of the body still. You'll find that's probably quite hard to do. The body is kind of wanting to move backwards and forwards to compensate, but keep it as fixed as you can as that leg circles for 3, 2, 1. Hover that leg, re-lengthen the leg, refine your alignment, and then allow it to settle down and release. Okay, good. From there, can you roll it over slightly so you're more into that comfortable side lying position? So I've just allowed myself just to tilt back a fraction and I'm onto that balance point here where I could, if I wanted to, lift both knees and do that knee drive, but we're going to do one at a time. So I'm settled down here. I'm going to do a knee drive up towards the shoulder. I'm going to bring some flexion and some squeeze into those abs. So knee drive up and then fully extend away. And I've just found what is a comfortable position here, either supporting the weight of the head, supporting myself on that hand, allowing that knee to drive up towards the shoulder, bringing a little bit of a squeeze into those core muscles. You could exaggerate that squeeze, even bringing the torso up just a fraction to meet that knee. So you've taken it from that knife edge and now into a comfortable side lying position and focusing on powerful knee drive movements here. 3, 2, and 1. Re-lengthen that leg, lift the other leg off the floor, knee drive up, and if you can, double knee drive up. You might need to just shuffle around a little bit. Double knee drive up if you can. or just keep that lower leg off the floor, or if not, lower that lower leg, and drive the other knee up. So find what's right for you, bring that work into those core muscles, knee tuck. So it's just a knee tuck movement, using that strength from the core for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, lengthen and lower. Refine that straight line position. Okay, we're nearly finished. Refine that straight line position. Prop yourself up onto the elbow. Shoulder stacked above the elbow. You're going to lift up into a side plank position here. Elbow, shoulder, shoulder. Reach up high through the arm. Stack them up into a straight line. Side plank. If you need that supporting arm, you can do. Try not to twist the body too much. And hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then release back down. Right, we better do this on the other side. So spin it around, roll it over, do whatever you need to do to line yourself up on the other side in that straight line, sideline position. So find a comfortable position there. Support the weight of the head as you need to. And then bring that stability from the core, lift that top leg up, allow it to hover just off the floor, allow it to hover just off that other leg, and then float that leg up in whatever way your flexibility allows. Leg lift up. So that movement comes from the hip. Nothing else is changing, just the leg lift. Good. And again, your range of movement might be greater than where I'm taking mine, so you go ahead, work through your range of movement. It might be less than the range I've got, so just working with what you've got available to you. Leg lifts up and down. Nice. Now hover that leg just above the other one. Re-lengthen the leg, recheck your alignment. Leg circles starting small. Use that support just to stop you from rolling backwards and forwards too much, but try and bring that stability, not from that supporting arm, but from those core muscles. Widen those leg circles. And then whichever way you're circling, reverse that direction. I've not done sideline exercises for ages. Those small muscles are working and complaining right now. Okay, bring that back in, hover that leg just above the other one, re-lengthen and then release. Good. Okay, so from there, roll it back into more like a comfy position. Knee drive up towards the shoulder and lengthen. So when I say release it into a more comfy position, I find that's just slightly leaning back onto, there's a sort of like a balance point where you're on perhaps a different part of the hip and you've leaned back and there's a balance point just here. So see if you can find something like that and then knee drive up. Again, that little bit of side flexion through the torso to bring some work into those abs. Good. So working into the obliques and again, working through the range of movement that's available to you. Lift that lower leg off the floor. Double leg knee drive if you can, if that works for you. And use that strength through the obliques, particularly to drive the knees up, but also to extend them away. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Re-lengthen the legs, refine that straight line position. Prop yourself up onto the elbow, elbow below shoulder, shoulders stacked up, lift up into side plank position. Top arm reaches high. If you need that support, you can place that hand down and hold side plank position. Holding that for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower down, sit down, take it into a seated position. We're going to finish with the spine stretch forwards. Inhale, stretch the spine up high. Exhale, reach down towards the toes. Oh, feel that tightness through the legs and through the back perhaps. Breathe into this. And if you do feel that tightness there, you can spend longer after this class going into this stretch and trying to work out some of that tension or that tightness in the back of the legs. But for now, just taking a few more breaths into this, you can come up slightly as you inhale and then release further as you exhale. Allowing your breathing to relax. Relaxing any tension in the shoulders. And just coming back up to seated. Find a comfortable position. And just relax for a moment. Okay, team, well done getting through that. I hope you felt challenged. I hope that brought plenty of work to the core and through the hips and perhaps loosened things out at the same time. And that is your Easter Monday class done. So enjoy the rest of this Easter bank holiday, and I'll see you back in at 9 o'clock on Wednesday and on Friday. And if you're doing the recordings, whenever you can make that. Good job, team. Live class, you can come back into the room, and I'll see you next time in the gym. Cheers, guys.